Everything kind of got messed up for the last big stop, which was kind of the draw of the trip.
Was it at least postable on Instagram?
I don't think I posted it. I think I was that mad about the whole situation.
I'm Elizabeth South. I'm a private investigator with Kane Associates Investigations here in Los Angeles, California. John, you think that'll help me?
Yeah, it better.
This is John.
Yeah, I'm John. This time we're playing Two Truths and a Lie regarding exotic travel stories. Let's smoke out a liar.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I almost got kidnapped in China trying to go to the Great Wall, 4 hours away from Beijing.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I was searched by the Italian police.
My name's Kate, and I was lost out of bounds in the backcountry on a mountain in Whistler.
Well, let's go ahead and start with you since you're over here to the side. That's kind of crazy, China.
Yeah.
All right, so you were almost kidnapped.
I was trying to get to this great part of the wall called Simita. It was the only place on the Great Wall where there was no tourist attraction. So I went on a little adventure and asked around people who didn't speak English to help me out, and it was crazy. I had one moment where I had a guy follow me for 15 minutes trying to get me to go into his car, and he had like 5 guys waiting.
So he spoke English and he was like, come to my car?
He was like saying, you know, come to the wall, I will take you there, or come with me, I will take you wherever you need to go. And, you know, obviously you don't want to go with someone who just says come with me, so.
And this whole China trip was just you?
Just me. I went on a backpacking trip for 6 months, and China was my first country.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the beginning of the whole thing?
That was the beginning of it,
So
yeah.
you're 3 days into a 180-day adventure.
Yeah.
And you're almost
got
already.
kidnapped, yeah.
Okay. So was that the almost, this guy like shadowing
yeah,
you?
it kind of happened twice. I actually got lost. I was really frustrated, and one guy like saw my frustration, tried to help me out, but he was like, you should just come with me. And then I was like, no, thank you. And then for 15 minutes, I was walking around the city. He actually followed me.
And did he know that you were watching him? Like,
yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm still here. I want you to come with me. You should come with me, like really persistently.
In English he was saying this?
Well, I mean.
Broken English.
Broken English, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
did you get like a weird feeling inside?
Yeah, my intuition told me I need to stay away from these men. I don't know who they were. It didn't seem right. Felt really shady. No matter how lost I am, I was lost. I was lost, and I was like, oh my God, I'm
You can always take out your phone because people that are bad don't like to be photographed.
yeah.
Or a video, and you can be like, hey, yeah, say hi to all my followers on Instagram. Hey, look, it's here.
That's
Hi.
actually a great idea.
You
yeah.
do that, and people will be like,
Yeah, great advice. I actually will maybe do that next time someone tries to follow me.
So did you ever make it to the Great Wall?
I did. I actually met a really, really nice guy on the bus. He knew everything about this part of the Great Wall.
He was probably trying to kidnap you too.
No, he was like the nerdiest like Chinese guy I ever met, but he was so nice. He was just really nice, and it felt more like, okay, I could trust him. And he took me to the Great Wall. They had like a cable car ride. You can like ride down. It's a 2-hour hike. So beautiful. Had a beautiful lake right next to it. Most of the smog is out too, so you can actually see the wall.
And when was this, last year?
This was three and a half years ago.
Oh, okay.
beep, 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 beep. Next.
Okay.
Let's hear your story.
I was traveling in Italy, and I was there with 2 of my friends from my study abroad program, and we were going to do this bus tour, which was not my idea because I'm like not a bus tour kind of gal. But we were trying to go to different like little cities around the countryside, and the end was to go to like Pisa and see the Leaning Tower and everything. Well, one of the small little stops had like an ice cream place, I think. I think it was
Gelato.
that one, yeah.
This is in Pisa?
No, it was right before Pisa. So we stopped there, we got our little gelato, and then we got back on the bus, and some other tourists realized that their phones were missing. And instead of thinking that it was pickpockets, they assumed that it was someone on the bus stole their stuff. And so then they called the Italian police. The bus was pulled over, they had us all get off, and then they searched every single member of us, and the sun's like setting, and we were like, no. And so by the time we got everybody back on the bus and finished being searched, we finally got to Pisa and everything was closed. And so it was all like dark.
What time was it?
I don't even remember, but it was after dark, so that like all of the restaurants mostly had closed down because it's a very tourist attraction.
Because
It's out in the middle of
Pisa, you
nowhere.
can normally eat there until about 10:30 at night. I've spent a bit of time there, so.
It might have been later than that.
Just
then.
curious.
I don't honestly remember. I just remember being mad.
When was this?
It was my the first semester junior year of like college.
So what was your major in college?
I was an acting major.
But you just took this trip to Italy?
I studied abroad, and during my trip abroad, we took a trip to Italy.
Where'd you study abroad?
I was studying in London.
Oh, okay, and so they're like, okay, you can do this little trip to Italy, and
We had like a spring break or something like that, or maybe it was it would be spring break because it was at the top of the year or something. I don't even remember.
So sorry, I have to ask.
Sure.
When was junior year?
I would have to think. I'm so bad at remembering dates. I graduated college in 2014, so it would have
Okay.
probably have been 2013, 2012.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it was not a recent trip, so I don't remember all of the gritty details.
all right. I'm pretty good on questions for you. I may come back.
Okay, yeah.
Now, my dear. Yes, number
Okay.
3.
So in 2012, I went to the Vancouver Olympics for work, and while I was there, we were working on a film. So we went with a famous backcountry freestyle skier, and we took a helicopter high up in the mountains. I was dropped off at a certain point to be able to capture the moment of them coming down the slope. So I was waiting there alone, which at 22, didn't think twice about. So I was supposed to be there for about 45 minutes, but it was an hour, then it was an hour and a half, then it was 2 hours, and we're out of range. So now I'm getting nervous about where they are and if something's happened to them. And then I started to realize, oh, I'm actually on the side of a mountain, can't contact anyone. I couldn't ski down from where I was. Also, when you're at that level, even though you're surrounded by snow, the sun is extremely hot, and you can see I have fair skin, so I didn't have a lot to cover myself up other than my ski gear, except that it was so hot, I had to take it off.
What time of day was this?
It was around like 2 to 3.
And then what happened?
He was trying to take them down the regular way that he would go down. So since they couldn't go down that way, they had to find another route, which is why there was a delay.
I have a question. What year were you born?
What year was I born?
Yeah.
1986.
Okay.
She's like,
I don't know how that's, okay, but.
okay, so going across all of these, my impressions are you are really confident about your story and you really get excited about telling it. Like you're happy to be here and like talk about this story. Confident ones who tell everything through like, yeah, it was like this. They lie a lot of times too. Just gotta be careful.
You did take a pretty long, big there at the beginning.
It's been a
So
while,
I'm keeping an eye out for that.
Still trying to refresh memories.
Sure, it's been even longer if, maybe it never happened. So all of a sudden
detail.
there's 2 guys trying to kidnap her. It's like, well,
No,
I
it was
thought
4
I
guys
thought
in a
the story
car.
was one kidnapping
It was a
attempt.
guy and 4 guys in a car.
Then there's
right?
2 kidnapping attempts. Then if you ask me, there's a 3rd kidnapping attempt, but the 3rd guy was a nerd, so he couldn't possibly be kidnapping her. So I don't know.
You're a little bit sketchy on the way you looked around and said some things, but I think that there were definitely parts of the story that were true, but I'm not really buying it, even if it is true. And you're the only one who looked at the other girls to tell a story. They just looked at us the whole time. And I feel like she kind of looks guilty, but I'm not sure she is guilty of lying.
So you mentioned that this was in 2012 for the Winter Olympics?
2010.
Right. Okay, so you said 2012.
Oh,
You also said at the time you were 22.
yeah.
And if you were born in 1986, you would have been 24 in 2010 or 26 in 2012. So you wouldn't have been 22. That's not a hard and fast definitive indicator.
But some things didn't line up, but I'm going between these 2.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna cast my vote for Kate.
I'm gonna go with the Italian story.
Okay.
I think Kate's got some holes in her story.
Who in fact was lying?
Shut up! Oh my God!
Dang, girl, you good.
Well, I feel good. I'm still batting below 500, but yeah, it's good to win one for once. I needed this.